Welcome back to the channel. We're Nick and Sarah, and after several years exploring Europe in our camper van, we decided it's about time we got our butts up to Scotland, and so far we've been completely blown away. In last week's vlog, we shared the epic Isle of Skye, but due to Storm Ashley about to batter the west coast, we decided it's time to leave and head inland. Join us in today's vlog as we arrive at a world-famous destination and manage to escape the storm. But then, unfortunately, we make a big boo-boo and end up driving right back into it, which ended in disaster. There you go. Didn't get far at all, did we? Didn't get far at all until we had to pull off the road and get the drone out. That's the thing, you see. When it's raining, it stops you from doing that. So it's not such a bad thing because it's very difficult to stop getting footage where the place is so amazing. Like, literally, you're surrounded by mountains the whole time and epic views and lochs and forests and it's just beautiful. I mean, I don't even know where Nick's gone now. It's just ran off with his drone into the wilderness to get some shots. Right, not even joking, I have actually lost Nick and it's really boggy, so I don't know which way to go. Oh, hold on, there he is. I spotted the drone before I spotted him up there on the mound. Gosh, he really did run off into the wilderness, didn't he? To drive or not drive, sit here as the passenger with my eyes closed. Can't take it anymore. Look, I mean, even when it's raining, it all just looks too epic. Look at that. Heavenly, some might say. Magical and heavenly. Would you say that this is the van life Scottish dream?
What we're living right here, right now.
Yeah.
It's quite nice, yeah, it's alright. It's the dream, isn't it, of travelling around a beautiful country. Oh look, loads of vans parked here. So you get to the mainland and it's a lot more van friendly. I'll have to say again, I think Skye is a little bit overrated. It is beautiful, but this drive and other drives we've done on the mainland have been absolutely stunning. Loads of trees. Skye is lacking trees. Layers, rock formations, boulders, little pools of water. Lunch, soft pitta. Then you've got this random slaw, which is basically white cabbage and red onion with mayonnaise. Proper little healthy kebab, this, isn't it?
And then you've got our homemade, van-made seitan. If only if any of you guys could taste it, you would say, "Oh, that's really rather delicious."
Who needs meat?
And then we're going to
texture this one, wasn't it?
Tomato, yeah.
Wow, look at that.
In that, and then you got a little kebab darling, a little healthy kebab.
That's amazing.
Want a bit more slaw in there? You can have a bit more slaw in there. That's your lunch.
Happy days.
And we've just parked up in this car park. There's a wall. We basically pulled into here to have a quick look at the map where we are. And then we drove past, and then we seen this amazing thing, waterfall and some other stuff, just as we drove past.
Bridges and little house.
Well, good. So we turn round and come back to this car park. So we're going to go and check it out in a minute after lunch. How is that, darling?
Absolutely delicious. I'll never go to a kebab shop again.
Oh, you're full of...
It's really nice. Oh, look at that. Look how much meat substitutes in there. But it's really nicely flavoured, nice texture, perfect amount of coleslaw. Is there pudding?
Oh, there is! There is pudding!
There is! Carrot cake!
And this is not a bad lunch considering the state of our fridge. Not much in there, is there? Bloody typical, isn't it? Admin day, laundry, doing jobs and things like that. Best day we've had in Scotland so far. The sun is shining, it's blue skies, and we're in here or out there doing laundry.
Yeah, we woke up this morning and it was completely stormy. It was grey, it was raining, so we thought today we're going to do our laundry and have an admin day. And then typical, isn't it?
Can't just leave our laundry and bugger off, can we? We've got to wait until the cycle finishes. Busy little place, this.
Busy toilets.
Busy garage. Busy gift shop. Wonder why.
Oh, you don't know where we are, do you guys? Did you guess? Have you guessed from our little clue last week? Somewhere very famous in Scotland. That was easy. 2 minutes round the corner and it looks like there's free parking right by a little river or canal that leads onto the loch. Which loch is it?
So we are in Fort Augustus, and the reason we are here is to check out the famous Loch Ness.
Just in case you hadn't guessed already.
The only reason we are actually here was to escape the storm, which is like kind of on the west coast, battering Scotland, and we thought, well, let's just drive in a bit. And then we said, oh, look, Loch Ness is there. Let's go and see Loch Ness. So Loch Ness is the second largest loch in Scotland. It's also the second deepest loch in Scotland, but it has got the biggest volume of water. So technically, I'm saying it's the biggest one.
In the whole of Great Britain, and it contains more water than all the lakes in England and Wales put together. It's 37 kilometres long and 230 metres deep.
So it's pretty big.
Pretty big.
It's pretty big.
That's why Loch Ness, the monster, Nessie, lives in there. She's got loads of water to play with.
Have you seen it yet?
I thought I saw her, but it was a log.
Let's see if we can do a quick whip walk round without getting wet. And Nick doesn't think he's going to get wet because he's not even wearing a rain jacket.
Look what I've got. Sunglasses.
Sunglasses and no rain jacket.
I don't think I've worn these for weeks and weeks.
So there's lots of parking along here for the daytime only, though it does say no overnight. But if you want to come here and spend the night like we did last night, then there's a really good park up by a little parish church. Chapel, yeah, which is just like literally over this bridge and like 2 minutes drive down that way. It's a quiet location in amongst like a park and some trees, and there's a donation box there, and it was a really good quiet night's sleep.
Yeah, really sheltered from the wind as well. The spot for 5 motorhomes, we actually parked right next to the chapel, so it's proper sheltered from the wind.
Yeah.
And just a 5-minute walk into this little village. This is quite cool. There's 5 locks here. Locks, not lochs. 5 locks.
Locks,
Which-
not locks.
Yeah.
Lochs.
Which take boats and canal barges. Usually, I don't know where the barges go onto the Loch Ness, but yeah, boats, it takes them for the upper level down to the level for the loch. It's getting confusing, isn't
This is
it?
getting very confusing. So where's the river and where's the canal?
The river, this is the canal, and there's a river just over there. So where we're parked is in between the river and the canal.
And then the canal leads on to the loch.
Yes. And Loch
Right.
Ness actually gets its name from the river Ness that feeds it, but that's from the northern end. We're on the southern end. So have we got that all cleared up now?
I think we've got all that right, haven't we? The lochs, the locks, the canals, the rivers, why this is called Loch Ness,
Yeah.
and how deep it is and how long it is. You
I
said
think
all
we've
that?
covered. I think we've covered
it
everything.
all.
Yeah, but apparently there's 9 locks on this series, and there's 5 locks just here, taking the boats down to the loch.
Oh gosh, there's a lot, isn't there? So
Yeah.
you can go, you have to wait in each part for it to open, and then you can travel up and...
Yeah, the boat comes into this body of water, and then it fills up and then
Yeah, I know
drops
how it
down.
works.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think... Did you normally get like 5 in a row like this? Just got across in time. Oh look, Charlie.
Oh, those ducks, so lazy to fly to the loch.
Look! You see the duckies? Yeah, that's why he was opening the bridge. Now, did you know that they open up the bridges for the ducks to come in? There's no boats.
There's no boats. This is just for the ducks.
This is just for the ducks.
I think autumn though is the best time of year to come to Scotland. You get lovely autumn colours with all the trees and the forests, less tourists and no midgies.
Yeah, well, we're not just saying that because we're here now. We're not just still being like hero about it.
The autumn is really nice. In the summer it'd be just green as well, so there's no contrast with the colours and the scenes. All the hillsides and all the trees would just be different shades of green.
That's
So
true.
in the autumn you still get some greens and the fields of green, but then you get the lovely,
Autumn colours.
yeah, not many reds, a lot of oranges and yellows, but
We've been looking for the reds, haven't we, darling?
we have. You spotted her?
No.
Spotted Nessie?
I was just thinking about, 230 metres is it, or 260 metres deep.
230 metres, yeah.
Gosh, you can't even comprehend that, can you? Deep, going down, 200. I mean, I'm just thinking about 100 metres, like your 100 metres sprint. So it's double that and some going down.
That's the deepest part, I think, and I don't know whether the average is 130, but yeah, you imagine how deep that is. So the possibility of Nessie being down there,
Of course. Well, there's going to
Is-
be some big fish,
yeah,
isn't there?
for sure.
It started to rain. Dizzy's getting peed off. He starts barking at us saying, come on, come on.
Gosh, the weather changes so quickly, doesn't it?
It
1 minute
does.
it's pouring with rain, then the sun's out, you're like, get out, and then it starts raining
Rain
again.
again, yeah. Come on then. I haven't seen a blinking bin for ages. I've been carrying Dizzy's poo, Charlie's poo around with us for about an hour. Finally. Right, we can go now. I just didn't want to take that back to the van.
Don't blame you. You know there's going to be more mud before you get back to the van.
I'm hoping there's not. It's getting to that time of year, isn't it? When every time you leave, it's starting to get muddy. Right, go on then, that'll do you. Shake. Now don't stand in any mud.
He's got all mud on his chest, darling.
So as this is the loch of all lochs, I think Nicholas should have a swim.
I can't swim on an empty stomach. You shouldn't swim on a full stomach either, but I refuse to swim in a cold loch on an empty stomach. And the monster's in there, isn't it?
Gobbled up by the Loch Ness monster, and we'll all have some peace. There we go. It's exciting, isn't it?
Stop being lazy and get out. It's not often you see a bridge rotating. It's quite cool, isn't it? I presume this is for a boat and not the ducks again. And the bridge closes again. Excitement over. I suppose let's get back in the van. Imagine how scared you would have been on that bridge, Charlie.
We were having bets, weren't we? I said to Nick, because we got stopped by the lights here, said to Nick, the bridge is going to lift up. He said, no, it's not. I can't see that happening.
It didn't lift up though, did it?
It didn't. It swiveled.
Rotated. It swiveled. And Sarah said it was going to be for the ducks again. I said, no, it has to be a boat.
There's no boat came though, did it?
Yeah,
it's going back to normal now.
You couldn't see it.
Oh, really?
Just
It must have been a very, very small boat. Heading south now. I feel a bit sad.
Heading south slowly though. We're not leaving Scotland just yet. We've got a couple more stunning places to visit, and the drive is going to be incredible. So
Drive from the Isle of Skye across the bridge to here, to Loch Ness, to Fort Augustus, is stunning, isn't it?
Absolutely stunning.
Amazing. So we took the ferry onto Skye from the south. We came up on the ferry, but we're really glad that we didn't take the same ferry back and we did the drive across the bridge and did it by land, because that drive is something else. It really is.
Just driving, you know, through Scotland on this west coast, you're always driving alongside a loch, and then you're driving, and then 10 minutes later you're still driving along the loch.
And it's just stunning views with the mountains and everything. So, I mean, personally, do you need to go to the islands? I guess it depends how much time you've got. I'm glad that we went to Skye to see what all the fuss is about, but I would, if anyone said to me, you know, where's the best place to go in Scotland, I probably wouldn't say, oh, well, you know.
I'd just say go cruising.
Go cruising. Whatever that means. Oh my goodness. He's going to do it. He is going to go in Loch Ness in the rain.
Couldn't let Sarah win, could I? Could not let Sarah win. So no, just wimping out. She does it when the sun's out in a nice crystal clear loch. I'm going to do it Loch Ness. The biggest volume of water, the second deepest, the second biggest. Here we go, come on.
It is really cold. You alright? Oh yes! Oh yes! Go love, go! Oh, I'm so proud of you right now. Keep it going.
That'll do me.
Another 20 seconds. Go on, darling, I'm going to take a photograph as well. Yes, yes, well done.
That is cold.
How are you feeling?
Cold. I feel good.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
You were straight in as well, no fannying around.
No messing about, no mess. You just got to do it, haven't you?
I feel proud of you, darling. But you're going to have to get back in though, because I didn't actually take any photographs.
It's painful though. I'm not going in again. It's painful. When you put the Webasto on, the heat just comes out of here. First in the van, we didn't think it'd be enough to heat the van. It does. It gets to like 28, 30 degrees. But when you sit here, that and a hot cup of tea, ooh.
See, when I went in the loch last week or the week before, no one made me a hot tea and put the heater on. No one, no. I think I was stood outside the van waiting for you to
lie, she's about
do
to tell
something,
lies.
and I was freezing, and you know, none of this treatment. What are you doing? Go on then.
Come on, chubby bum.
So now I think we are definitely ready to leave Loch Ness. You happy? Achieved everything you wanted to achieve?
Regretful I didn't do a couple of wits, but you know.
Oh no, I was in for a lot longer as well, by the way. Nick was like literally in for about 18 seconds.
No, it was not. 30 seconds,
well,
I reckon.
we'll play it back, won't we?
We'll play it back,
we know.
yeah.
I recorded the whole thing. And I was in for like a good 10 minutes because, you know, we had to get the drone shots
the
and
sun was shining,
get all these different
beautiful
camera angles, and, you know, it took me about 10 minutes to actually get in. Whereas Nick just ran straight in, didn't
you know,
he?
there's a monster in there, darling. There's a monster.
Yeah, that's true. You got to just get in and out, ain't you? Anyway, let's hit the road. can't believe this has happened. So we've just drove from
Loch Ness.
Fort Augusta from in Loch Ness to Fort William, and just stopped in the shops here to pick up a couple of supplies. Come out, and it was okay. And then we came to the van. I opened my door, and the wind just freaking took it, knocked me over, and the door has now gone straight back, smashed, bent, and now we can't close the passenger door.
So this has been damaged here. The doors needs to come this way to shut. This won't shut, and
it's bloody gale force winds. It's much worse here than what it was in Loch Ness.
Still inland, but
we should have bloody stayed where we were. And now we can't close the door. We've got look. This is how the door is. You see, the door needs to go this way to be able to shut it, and we can't do it. We can't shut the door. We can't drive anywhere because you can't drive because the door won't shut, and the wind is just horrendous. I can't hold the door to be able to drive. So now we're just stuck in blinking this car park. We've already turned the van round because it was windy coming this way, but the weather's crazy. 1 minute it's calm, it's quite calm now, and then the next minute
gust comes and it just goes nuts.
Are insane. It ripped my hand off. It's the door. It's damaged the van, and it's almost dark, and we can't close the door, and there's loads more rain coming tonight, and we don't know what to do. Sakes. Oh, this is really not good. Hold, just stay there.
Charlie,
finish. Charlie, stay there. Sakes. The actual hinge just snapped completely, and the door went as far back as too far back, and dented the door and broke the door, and bloody ripped my hand off.
Good morning, guys.
Okay, so where are we at? We didn't film yesterday because of what happened the night before, and I think I was definitely still in shock. That was bloody scary. Basically, we're still in Fort William. We ended up getting the door shut. It felt like about an hour we were messing about. I can still see a gap there, but that's all right. You can still see a little gap, it's fine. The door's shut and it's locked. So you can see there, you can see the damage that's done.
That needs to be bent back. I'm going to get in the van now.
What?
Side door.
We can get... Oh yeah, you can't open your door in case the same thing happens to you because the wind's picking up again.
Yeah, I'm getting in, darling. Pouring rain, really windy, but we did manage to sort of force it shut, which is just, yeah, massive.
We lifted it and pulled it, and then eventually managed to
locked it.
And then press the central lock in, and it worked. And there's a gap in the door. It's not sat in the right place, so there is a little bit of water getting in. But we were just so happy because I think that was the worst thing about it, not the actual fact that I was on the floor after the door blown off me. It was the fact that we were just in that car park. Charlie was getting panicky. And we didn't know what we were going to do because the door was open this much. That was the worst part for me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sarah was crying later on. I would just like to put some, we'd tie a bike lock around it or something, or wedge it. Somehow we would have been okay, but yeah, it was very scary. Thankfully, Lidl Lidl came to our rescue.
We looked on Park for Night, and just a few minutes drive from the car park where it happened was this car park, which is Lidl car park. They allow vans to park here. We come around here and there's a huge bush behind the van. We reversed in and then it was kind of calm and sheltered, and that's where we slept.
There were several other vans here, so everyone had their, the same idea.
Yeah.
And thankfully for that, we managed to sleep okay.
Yeah, and then all day yesterday we didn't want to drive because it was still fairly rough, not as bad. So we just hunkered down here in Fort William. We moved car parks a couple of times and we just got on with work.
I can't believe we left Skye to escape the storm, drove to Fort
Augusta.
No, not, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Loch Ness.
Loch Ness.
And then thought the storm had passed.
Well, it had. It was
so
fine.
nice.
It was fine in Loch Ness.
And then drove straight back in. But you know why though? Because we thought just driving like an hour or something south, it was still inland. We thought that would be okay. But stupidly, the loch that comes to Fort William is southwesterly facing. So the nasty winds were just coming
right
straight
at
up
the loch and hits Fort William. So we didn't really look into this until yesterday, obviously.
Yeah.
Then we were looking at the map going, oh gosh.
And it's those gusts, isn't it? If it's just constant wind, it's okay. But then if it's just wind and then a massive gust comes from nowhere, it just knocks you off your feet, literally.
Anyway, it's happened, and obviously we need to get the van fixed fairly soon because it's, we can't use that door now. And but we don't want to hang around here.
No.
Like today is calm. I feel like the storm is fine, so we just want to drive. I don't know where we're going yet, but we don't want to stay here.
Yeah.
I feel a bit stupid, but it's all right. It'll be fine. We'll get it sorted somehow.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Anyway, guys, that's enough drama for this week.
Yes,
I think.
and if you ever go near if you're ever stuck in storms, just please make sure you park facing the wind.
So the wind blows the door shut.
Not open.
Hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Well, won't do that again, will we?
Anyway, guys, I think that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed most of the vlog.
Yeah, and
be safe in the wind, and
we'll see you next Thursday with hopefully some. Well, I don't know. We'll just see you next Thursday.
Yeah. Take care, guys. See you next week.
Gonna come over here and hit you with that stick, isn't he, that little boy? That's why we bark at children, isn't it?
Darling!